Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Organ Donor Enrollment Day press conference for 2020. And yes, I cannot see now because my glasses are all fogged up. That's the wonderful thing about masks, is that you can't see. I wanted to welcome everybody here today, and we're going to talk a little bit about what it means to be an organ donor and how important it is to become a lifesaver, basically. And this year, again, we have Live on New York with us, helping us to host this event in the town of Ossining. My name is Dana Levenberg, and I'm the supervisor in the town of Ossining, and I'm joined by my colleague, Mayor Victoria Garrity from the village of Ossining. We share the building here at Village Hall, and we're so happy to be able to host Team Ossining once again to host Organ Donor Enrollment Day. We also are joined by our New York State Assemblywoman, Sandy Galef, and we're very excited to have her. And we have Shari Rosen Asher, who's here with us from County Executive George Latimer's office, and from County Legislator Catherine Borger's office, we have Caleb Hirsch, and from Live on New York, we have Scott Wall, who is our Senior Manager of Government Affairs for Live on New York. And they have been an incredible influencer in this region with really helping to push and get people to understand the importance of becoming an organ donor. There are over 120,000 people across the U.S. who are waiting for life-saving organ transplants right now, and I believe over 10,000 people just in the New York region alone, New York State. We have we're the fastest growing state for organ donor enrollees, but we are still one of the bottom of the list for the United States. And we really need to get off of the bottom of that list and make sure that we have more people on the list who are willing to donate. One of my favorite things to say is you can't take it with you, people. So sign up today, because you can save 8 lives with one person's life, and you can improve the lives of up to 75 more people with tissue and other very important parts. And those are ways that you can really pay it forward. And we're hoping that you will consider doing that on October 8th. So thank you, sir. Very much obliged. I did have clips and I didn't use them, and now I'm regretting that. I do want to give everybody a chance to talk a little bit today, and I know that so many of us have actually been organ. All of us, I believe, almost all of us here are organ donors, and if not, then we're considering signing up to be. And October 8th, we're going to be hosting a Zoom-a-thon, which is something new. We've never done that before. We know that we are in a very, very, very difficult time right now in our country, in our world, but it doesn't actually stop people, and in fact probably means even more people are in need of organ donations. Turn left onto South Highland Avenue. Now, during this very difficult time. I think we all know which way that guy's going. So in any case, we want to be cognizant of the time and place where we are right now, which is why everybody's socially distancing here behind me, and everybody's wearing their masks. But we also want to know how important public health is and how important it is that we all participate. So with that, I would like to turn it over to our New York State Assemblywoman, Sandy Galef, and give her an opportunity to share some of her thoughts, as she has been my personal inspiration in this effort for many years.
Thank you so much, Dana. And this is so important that we're here today, and that we're going to be participating on the Zoom-a-thon for organ donations. First of all, I think we all have understood very easily so many of the people that we know that are waiting for organ transplants. It just seems like everybody has somebody in their family. Everyone knows a neighbor. They know people that are going for dialysis, that are on the waiting list, and we know what a problem it is. And I have to say, Dana mentioned the mask issue, and that's even much more complicated. We've had calls in our office from people who are waiting for a transplant and very, very scared to go anywhere if people aren't masking and taking care of themselves to help that person who is waiting for a transplant. So we have like a double problem before us. And one of the concerns that I have is that New York State, as the supervisor has said, we're second in the nation as a state with people registered to be an organ donor. Even though we have moved up and we've gotten many more people, I don't know whether you're going to give statistics or not, we have many more people that have registered in New York, and we're starting to help lives to be saved. We still have a problem of not being where we should be. So this is an opportunity for everybody to say yes, become an organ donor. You can save a person's life, and you can save many people's lives with other skin graft and so on if necessary. And it's just a wonderful human thing to do. And with people that have driver's licenses, I didn't bring mine with me, but that little heart on there is really significant because it says that you are willing to be an organ donor. So let's all participate. Let's get New York State in a number 1 or 2 position in the number of people that have signed up for organ donations in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sandy. Next up, I'd like to invite Victoria Garrity, who's our mayor of the Village of Ossining, and she and the village have partnered with us and partnered with Team Ossining for, I think we decided 5 years now we've been working on this and trying to increase organ donations. And I think actually we've gotten up to maybe 90 people that we've signed up over the last 5 years. So we're hoping to double or triple that number this year with our Zoomathon, since you can just register online this year for the first time ever and sign up from the comfort of your own home while watching us live streamed on Facebook. So Mayor Garrity.
Thanks, Supervisor Levenberg. So I'm actually really excited about the things that we're doing differently this year. COVID has forced us to rethink everything that we're doing. I'm so pleased that people can register online. That's going to make it so much more convenient for people to register to be organ donors. And I'm also really excited about the Zoomathon on Thursday. It was an opportunity for me to reach out to members of my family that have been so directly impacted by the people who have become organ donors. I did an interview yesterday with my cousin. My cousin is a young man, he's in his 20s. And if you were to meet him, you would say, this is just a healthy young guy. He's just started a new job. He's working in communications. He's a really healthy kid, young man. But he started out with a lot of challenges. He was born needing a liver transplant. And he couldn't even remember how many surgeries he had had by the time he was 8 years old, which was his last one. In that time, he had 3 new livers. So that means there were 3 different people who had to donate to be organ donors to get him to that age before his body was finally able to accept and thrive. He's really been thriving now for so many years, and it's just such a wonderful story, and I'm grateful to be able to share it with you. And it's obviously had a big impact on our family. And if you watch the interview, there's more touching things about it, but now you have to zoom in. You have to tune in on Thursday to the Zoomathon. Thank you very much to our friends in the town who have organized this effort every year for us. It's been a really terrific way to reach out to our community and to get out such an important message. Thank you to the folks from Live On, who are such a great partner for Ossining and have taught us so much and made us so much more aware of this incredibly important opportunity for everyone in Ossining to make a difference. We're a community that really cares about our neighbors. This is such an easy way to make such an incredible impact. And now it's even easier to do than ever. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mayor. And I would like to actually ask now Scott Wolf from Live On to join us, and then I hear from a couple of other of our representatives who are here today from our legislative and county executive's office. I did also want to mention that because of our current situation with COVID and what we're dealing with, and it's a little trickier this year than ever to actually sign up in person, and as I mentioned, you can sign up online. We have a dedicated link online to the registry for Team Ossining. So I'm going to give it to you now. It is not easy, so I'm going to just say it slowly. And if you're watching, you can write it down. It's donatelife.ny.gov slash ref, REF, as in referee, ref, slash live on NY, DD, as in dog, 139 slash. Don't know why that means, why that's Team Austening's link, but it's our link, and it's important that if you do want to go online to register, that way you know that you have helped support our local community effort. And Scott was just telling me we are the only municipality in this region that's taken on this effort this year. We know it's challenging, but we came up with a creative solution, so we hope you are going to join us, and please do register. You can do it today, you can do it tomorrow, you can do it whatever day you're seeing this. October 8th is Organ Donor Enrollment Day this year, 2020, but they're going to give us a little leeway, so if you miss the day, don't think it's too late and you have to wait till next year. Sign up today. Scott.
Thank you very much, Supervisor. Live On New York is one of 58 federally organized procurement organizations. Our job is to facilitate life-saving organ transplant amongst about 100 hospitals in the area and 11 different transplant centers. We have one of the larger territories that encompasses pretty much the entire greater New York City area, 13 counties, 13 million people, and I believe it was mentioned earlier, yes, we have about 8,000 people in our service area right now currently waiting for a life-saving transplant. I wanted to go back to as far as Supervisor Levenberg talked about their participation in Organ Donor Enrollment Day. Yes, in the past 5 years, Live On New York and our community partners have enrolled in just those 5 days 16,000 organ donors. Think about it. And I think the supervisor touched upon, each organ donor has the opportunity to save up to 8 lives. So think about that exponentially as far as those 16,000 people who've enrolled to become donors and the impact they can have on our community, and those 8,000, 10,000, 120,000 nationwide currently waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. And I believe actually it was Assemblywoman Galef who mentioned before as far as where New York stands with enrollment. Yes, we are doing much, much better. We've grown exponentially. We are now at 40% of the eligible people who could become an organ donor, but that still ranks as a 60% nationwide. So we do have a long way to go, and it's through days like today and activities like this week's that get us where we need to be. I wanted to go back nearly 7 months ago. Live On New York pretty much sent all of our employees home. We weren't quite sure what the future was going to hold for us. And indeed, there were several dark and dreadful months and weeks that we had to operate within our hospital setting. But today feels good. Today feels like a day of hope. We weren't quite sure where Organ Donor Enrollment Day would stand at one point in time, but now through leveraging technology and through community partners that are not just helping to step up where they've stepped up in the past, but really it's Team Austening and its creativity and its generosity and I think really just tremendous opportunity to engage everyone socially, digitally. This is the only situation we have that's similar to this. So the creativity here is phenomenal, and we're truly appreciative of what that means to our organization, to our effort to enroll and educate the community. So on behalf of Live On New York, on behalf of the 8,000 people we currently work with to help get them that life-saving transplant, I'd like to thank you all very, very much for all that you've done for us in the past and wish you the best of luck, and do apologize for that rather clunky URL that you have to enroll people. Technology has gotten so far. Hopefully next year it'll be a little bit easier. So thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Scott. And yes, it is creative. We're going to try, as I mentioned, to do a Zoomathon. We have about 5 hours, we're hoping, of content-ish. We have a lot of musicians who have actually said that they would participate, and we have a lot of other partners who couldn't be with us today. I'm not sure if Caleb Hirsch, did you want to say anything on behalf of Legislator Borgia? Okay, so Catherine Borgia has been a very big supporter. She's a Westchester County legislator that represents Austining and a number of other local communities, and she's been a very big supporter since the start, and I'd like to introduce her legislative aide, Caleb Hirsch, to say a few words.
Hi everyone. Legislator Borgia is currently in a committee hearing at the county board, but she is so excited to be doing this once again and gives her thanks to Supervisor Levenberg, to Scott and the folks at Live On New York, and to Mayor Garrity, Assemblywoman Galef, for having the enthusiasm every year to put this on and to raise attention to this extremely important issue of organ donation. Right now, the fact that we're all wearing masks is testament to the fact that we are doing the little things to deal with the greatest public health crisis in a century. And I think similarly, and Legislator Borgia believes similarly too. Checking that box is just one of those little things that you can do that makes a huge difference in people's lives and is a life-saving thing. So the very fact that we're wearing masks right now and we're practicing social distancing means that we recognize that, and this is another opportunity to recognize the enormous impact that we can have. And so she is very excited to get people signed up at the Zoomathon on Thursday. Anyway, thanks a lot once again.
Thank you so much, Caleb. And that just reminds me that all of the people who are joining me here today, have already taken another step to getting more information out to the public. We have all been participating in lining up interviews or interviewing some people that are going to be part of our Zoomathon on October 8th. So please take a look at the Town of Ossining Facebook page, and when you get to see our Facebook page, I'm pretty sure it's also going to be shared on the Village of Ossining Facebook page, and then all of us are going to share it with our friends. And we hope that you're going to share it with your friends too, because there will be content that's going to be streaming live from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. on October 8th on Facebook, and we may even be able to get it on YouTube. We're just all somewhat technologically challenged, but if we can figure it all out, we have interviews with so many people who have either been recipients or who have had loved ones who are recipients, who have been donors themselves, who are going to be talking about the impact that organ donation has had to them on their lives. I know I had an opportunity to speak to somebody whose brother was able to live for another 7 years. I spoke to a teacher in Ossining who's been very involved in this for many years, and her mom spoke to us as well. Her mom has been able to live for an additional 13 years. So as Elizabeth Bly, who teaches at the middle school here in Ossining, said to me, it isn't just that you save those 8 lives as an organ donor. You impact hundreds of thousands of lives of all of the loved ones that are impacted by those 8 lives that you're able to save with your one life. And you really do get to pay it forward. You live on in all of those other people. So unleash your inner superhero. Sign up to become an organ donor on October 8th. And I'm hoping that we're also going to have some interviews from our county executive, George Latimer. Again, he agreed to participate, and we're hoping that he will be able to share some stories of his own and take a look at all the stories. And Mike Risco Music School has been very helpful in lining up. We have a number of musicians. Our organ groove performers are going to be playing the organ. We have musicians who are going to be playing about hearts and eyes and superheroes. So we can't wait for you to take a look at our organ donor enrollment Zoomathon on October 8th and sign up. I'm going to give you that crazy URL one more time. donatelife.ny.gov/ref, R-E-F as in referee, /liveonny, DD as in dog, 139/. Did you get it? Hopefully you did. Sign up to become an organ donor today. And remember, you can't take it with you. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a great organ donor enrollment day.